Hey everyone, welcome back to the How It's Really Going podcast with Shayna Recker. I know that it has been a little while. It's actually probably, I think, maybe been a month here on YouTube and on the podcast. And I wanted to give you guys a little update on what's been going on in my world and some of the changes that have been happening. It's funny, I called this podcast episode Between Two Worlds because it's literally how I feel right now in my life. I'm going to share with you all the things. I'm going to try and do it really, really concise for you. As you guys know, if you've been listening to this podcast for a while or on the YouTube, I have been doing some, thinking about the online coaching industry, looking into the ethics, just really revisiting my whole career as a business coach. I've been doing this since 2016 is when I started as an online coach. I've had some changes in my coaching business over the years, but I have been in online coaching, marketing myself as a coach online using social media since 2016. So it's been quite a while. And in the last few months, if you haven't listened to the episodes, you can go back and listen to the last few episodes where I talk about the coaching industry and the changes and ethics in marketing and all of that kind of stuff to kind of get caught up on where we are. But I will say doing that work and doing that research got me to a point in my life where I was starting to rethink what it was that I wanted to do for a living. And I will say that I do believe that being a 48-year-old woman, I'll be 48 this year, and being in perimenopause also has played a role in my feeling of like wanting to shift my life and change my life. I do believe that there is something that happens during this period for women, and maybe men go through it too. I don't know. I think they do. They have something a little different, but I don't think they go through perimenopause so much, but they definitely have their own things. But there is something that's happening at this stage of my life where the things that were once important to you are no longer important. You are changing internally. Like for me, my kids are all older now. I've got two of them already basically living out of the house. My youngest is going to be 13 this year. And like you reclaim yourself again. And in that, because like I spent so many years raising kids and just kind of doing what I was doing. I was in network marketing for many years, and then I've been like business coaching. And before that, I was a graphic designer. And, you're just kind of doing. And then all of a sudden you wake up one day and you don't have the kids to take care of anymore. And you're, you just all of a sudden are like, oh, wait, it's just me. And I get to just think about me. And I just get to think about what I want. And I know that there's actual internal physiological, biological, whatever changes that are happening to women in this time. Like your brain is actually rewiring from being like a caregiver to being like not having to take care of anyone but yourself kind of thing anymore. Because I'm in that moment where I feel like my entire life is changing, which is part of the reason why I haven't been recording podcasts and stuff, because I've made some pretty big changes. And the first one being is I've stopped doing business coaching. So between doing the research on the ethics in online marketing and, the coaching industry, specifically business coaching, there was just some things that just didn't feel good for me anymore. I love working with my clients. I love helping people build businesses. I love talking strategy and I love talking business. I've always loved that entrepreneurial stuff. But as somebody that had a business that helped people start businesses and was a coach, I didn't love marketing myself in that way. I didn't love having to go onto social media and talk about all of those things all the time in order to attract people in to my world so that they would hire me as their coach. There was something about that was not feeling really good. And a lot of it had to do with online marketing tactics that a lot of coaches are using that I'm just not willing to do. And then feeling like, well, if you don't do those, then you're kind of left in the like over here where, everybody's looking for the shiny penny coach kind of thing. And I'm not willing to be a shiny penny coach. So it just wasn't feeling good anymore. And there doesn't have to be a reason. Here's the thing. There doesn't have to be a reason as to why you don't want to do something anymore. Like, you know what I mean? My brain has been searching for this like perfect little reason as to, well, this is why, and this is why I'm making the changes. Guess what? I'm making the changes because I'm making the changes and I just don't want to do it anymore. And that's okay. And so by not doing business coaching anymore, I kind of had to go like, okay, well, I still need to create an income. I still have a life. I've got bills to pay, a roof over my head, children to, get through universities and all the things. What am I going to do? And as you guys know, I've been doing art part-time. I say as you guys know all the time because I just assume you guys know, but you probably don't, or maybe you do. I don't know, but I do. My husband is an artist. We have an art studio here in our hometown and a gallery. And I have been doing art, just kind of hobby art, but I have pieces up in his studio and stuff like that. And I've been doing it kind of part-time. And I love that. And I want to keep doing that. That is definitely something, when I think about what am I going to do moving forward, that is definitely something that will be a part of my life moving forward. But art doesn't necessarily make you money right away. It doesn't necessarily make you money consistently. So it's fun and I love doing it. And yes, I'm selling some things here and there, but it's not something that I can just go, okay, I'm leaving business coaching and I'm going to become an artist. Like it's just not quite there. So what am I doing? The first thing is I am going back to my roots, which is graphic design. I have been a graphic designer for 20 plus years. I love being creative. I am a whiz in Canva. I can create pretty much anything in Canva. I know for the graphic artists out there, there's a lot of, my husband's a graphic artist too, who uses mostly the Adobe suites and all the things. And they kind of cringe when you say that you use Canva. But to be honest, the work that I'm doing for small business owners, doing it all for them in Canva is the best thing, because then I get to basically pass over their stuff to them, and then they can use it to, do social media graphics and all the things. So I'm going back to my roots in graphic design. And I do love that, helping people build their brand, helping people build social media graphics, helping people, create logos and all of those things. But the other thing that I am good at and I'm incorporating into my life, into my business, is Kajabi and done for you work. So I've always done a little bit of done for you work on the side for some clients and things like that. If they didn't want to do their own Kajabi websites, I would offer to help them with that if I had the space. And so basically what I'm doing is I've just kind of flipped my business around, where I'm doing way less business coaching. I'm actually not taking on any real business coaching clients. However, and so I'm not doing that, but I'm doing done for you work, where I'm building websites specifically in Kajabi or Squarespace, and I'm just doing that design work for them. But the nice thing with my clients is that I do know and understand the strategies of building an online business. So when they work with me as a done for you service, we also do talk a little bit about their strategy and how to build something out a certain way and what's going to be best for them. So it's kind of like I flip my business. It's like when you hire me as a done for you service provider, you also can get a little bit of business coaching, where before it was like I was a business coach. And if you needed some things, I might do some stuff on the side for you if you needed it done. So I've kind of just reversed that. And here's what I want you guys to know. I wasn't feeling aligned with marketing myself as a business coach for many reasons. And it was really difficult for me to my ego had a lot of trouble letting go of being a business coach, because I had spent so much money, so much time building a brand, building a following, building a business around being a business coach. And it was hard for me. I probably should have let this go a year ago, but I was really wanting to make it work. And I was just feeling this I feel like it was kind of coming from an ego place. Like, I really need to do this because this is who I said I wanted to be. And now I need to make it happen. And once I let go of it, you guys, so probably I had just started the online membership. I had just started the Insiders membership with Shana. That was kind of my last sort of ditch effort in my mind of, this is a way for me to offer business coaching. I feel like I can market this easier because the price point was really low, for a membership, and they were going to get coaching, but it was going to be kind of group style and whatever. Anyways, I'd launched that. But if I were really honest with myself, that was me just trying to hang on to being a business coach, when there was a big part of me that didn't want to do it anymore. And so I created everything for that membership. To be honest, I think the membership was fucking amazing. But again, whether you're marketing a $79 a month membership or a $7,000 group coaching program, you still need to be on social media marketing yourself in the same way, to the same extent. And when I had a few people join that, And then there was someone who joined and then she left like within the first week because she was like, this, I already know all this stuff. I don't need to be a part of it. And when she made the decision to leave, my whole body, when I saw her message saying, you know what, I need to cancel this. This is something I already have. I already know these things. My whole body went, this is your sign. This is it. Close it down. Like you're done. And it was so funny. And it wasn't from a place of, oh, man, someone left my membership. It was just like my whole body knew that was the thing. That was like what do they say? The straw that broke the camel's back. It was like that. And I just knew in that moment I was done. I had made the decision. And so I made that decision that day. I no problem with that woman. I gave her money back, all the things. I messaged the people that were in the membership. I told them full transparency. I can't do this. I need to shut down this membership before the next round of payments come out because I don't want to take money from you. Like I didn't want to do the next month, knowing what I knew and how I felt. And so I let everybody know. And, some people were surprised. Some people were, everybody was super understanding, which was amazing. And then I let that sit for a bit. I wanted to let everybody know on social media, but I wasn't quite sure how to say it, that I was going to be done with business coaching. And so it was a Saturday morning. I was like, I really want to post something, but I don't know what to say. And it just came to me in a post. And I just wrote this, I'm closing this chapter. It was something like that. And I just flew out this Instagram post on a Saturday morning. To be honest, I was doing it on a Saturday morning because I really just thought I'd just slide this under the radar. People might see it on a Saturday. But anyways, at least I've said it on my social media and we'll be done. And that post got so much of a response. I had so many people commenting on the post, so many people message. I say so many, but like for me, it was a lot. Clients messaging me saying like, oh, you're leaving. You have had such a big impact on my life. Like, thank you. And all this stuff. It was amazing. I was not expecting that. And to hear from my clients to know, like, sometimes you question yourself. Like, here's the thing, my business coaching business was struggling. Like I was struggling. I wasn't creating consistent income months. It was very hard. I would have big income months and I would, use the money to pay the bills and do all the things. And then I'd have no income months and then I'd be struggling. I was doing all the things the coaches I had hired told me to do. And trust me, I have done all the fucking things over the years and nothing was working. And it wasn't consistent. And I was struggling and I was tired and I just was feeling like this was no longer for me. So that was part of the reason why I was like, I can't do this anymore. This isn't worth it for me anymore. I don't feel like, I just don't want to be in this place anymore where I'm like, it just feels all over the map. I'm just not happy. And it wasn't the work. Trust me, it wasn't the work. I love working with my clients. I do. My husband said, he's like, if your business was super successful, you probably wouldn't leave. And I'm like, probably not. I don't know. But when something is working and successful, it feels good, right? And then there are people who have successful things that decide to leave because it's just not feeling good for them anymore. And I was kind of in the middle, right? And so I decided that in that moment that I was closing everything down. I did the post. I couldn't believe the reaction. I had so much support. It was so good. But even with all the support and even with the clients saying the impact that I had made on them, because that was really good to hear. Because sometimes sometimes you question yourself and like, did I suck or was I not good at this? Is that why it didn't work? And I know that I was good at what I did. And I know that I was helping people. And it was reconfirming for me to hear from my clients. But even with all of that being said, I still knew in my heart, I wanted out. I wanted to move on. And that's, again, was reconfirming for me that I was making the right decision. So that all happened. I kind of put it out there. I let people know that I was no longer doing business coaching. I'm moving to Done For You services. I kind of gave a little info about what I was doing with that. While all this was going on, one of my friends also, who owns a local hair salon here in town, actually, it's called Salon Entre Nous. You should look it up. It is the one of the busiest salons here in my hometown of London, Ontario. And she's a friend of mine. We were having drinks one night and we were just kind of, whatever, sitting on the couch chatting. And I was talking about my business and my discontent and sort of feeling like I wanted to change. And in that time, she had actually, because of that conversation, asked me if I would want to do a few shifts a week at her salon. working the front desk. And at first my ego was like, no, 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 I don't need that. I've got my business. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. And then I started thinking about it. And I was like, one of the things that had been stressing me out in my coaching business was the lack of consistent income. So having something a few days a week that I could go to and create some consistent income, that felt really good. Having something that I could get out of my house and be around people, being in a busy hair salon, being with women, having, creating relationships with other people. I have been in my own home office working by myself since 2000, and I quit my job in 2011. So I was like, there was parts of me that was actually really curious about it. And so long story short, I said yes. And I'm now working a few days a week in her salon, and I absolutely fucking love it. It is so fun. The people are amazing. It's a nice change of pace for me, and I absolutely love it. So that also happened in the midst of everything else that was going on. And I feel like the universe was kind of lining things up for me to be able to make this change, like the opportunity to work there, just everything was kind of lining up. But here's the other piece. I'm kind of circling back to something I said, which was, it's incredible what happens when you make a decision or when you surrender to the feeling that you are having inside your heart. For me, the feeling was something's not right. This doesn't feel good to do the business coaching anymore. I don't want to use social media to market myself. I'm tired. I felt like I was burnt out. I knew that something wasn't right. I finally made the decision. I surrendered. And I said, here's what I'm doing now. Done for you services. You guys, I have had at least probably 20 people reach out to me looking for work, looking for me to help do done for you stuff for them. Kajabi websites, logo branding designs, mostly Kajabi stuff, some Squarespace websites. I have had more work come through my business in the last 4 weeks than I had in the previous 4 months. And I believe it's because I finally surrendered something that was no longer working for me. And I call this podcast Between Two Lives because I don't know that what I'm doing right now is exactly where I'm going to be in the future, but it feels good right now. Working at the salon, doing the done for you stuff, it just feels right now. It's not like it feels like, okay, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life, but it's like I left one life. I'm kind of in the middle of this life right now where I'm just sort of flying by the seat of my pants. Like I literally am. I'm not forcing myself to be on social media. For my done for you services, I've posted a few things, like I showed a website I did and some branding I did and whatever, but I don't feel like I have to be on there in order to create business. People are just hearing word of mouth or whatever, and they're messaging me. I'm doing the art kind of part-time, and then I'm working at the salon, and it's just what I'm doing right now. And it's just what feels good. And everything I'm doing right now doesn't feel like, okay, this is it. This is my new life. It feels like I'm just in between lives. Like there's something more coming. Like I definitely want to do more art. That's, my husband and I have this vision for a gallery and all these things. And that is definitely something that's happening. But it's not right now. And I'm okay with it not being right now. I feel okay just being in this space of doing what I need to do, whatever that may be, to get through, the day and get through and live the life that I want to live and do the best that I can. And I'm okay with not having tons of, $10,000 months or $100,000 months. I'm okay with spending less. I'm okay with having less because my peace of mind is here. Like I'm happy. I get up in the morning and I'm excited to go to the salon. I get up in the morning and if I have a Kajabi a website to work on or something to work on, I'm excited to get into my office and turn on my music and start doing the work for them. Like it feels good. And it doesn't have to be something that is like my big dream or my big career, my big whatever. It's like, I just let go of all of that. I've spent so much time in personal development, having goals and big dreams and dream bigger and write out your goals 100 times and journal and visualize and, get into the space and energetics and all the things. And I've literally just let go of all of that. It's not to say that stuff doesn't work and that stuff's not good. I know it's good and I'll probably get back to doing some of that soon. But for right now, I just wanted to fucking not do anything. I just wanted to not do anything. I don't want to think about goals. I don't want to think about how much money I'm making. I just want to get up every day and enjoy what I'm doing. And right now, I'm doing it and it feels good. And I don't know where it's taking me. I don't know where it's leading me. I have no clue. And to be honest, at this point, I don't even care. I just want to wake up and do what feels good and see what happens. Like to let go of trying to force your life to be in a certain way. I don't want to try and make my life a certain way. I just want to do what feels good in the moment and let my life unfold. If you would have asked me a year ago if I would be working the front desk at a salon, not that there's anything wrong with that. I have so much respect for the women who run those front desks and men who run those front desks because it is a lot to learn and it is a lot to do. But if you would have asked me that a year ago, I would have been like, no, like I'm a business coach. I'm doing my business. Like, why would I do that? I would never have guessed I'd be here, but I'm here and I'm like, this is fun. This feels good right now. Let's see what happens. Let's see where it goes. And that might not be for everyone. People, you guys, everybody's got their own journey and, maybe you like to have goals and you want to, really, make your life happen for you. But at this stage in my life, I think there's so much going on between being in perimenopause and dealing with all of that and just like the change that's going on there and then the change that's going on in my business life right now. There's like a lot of things just sort of, I feel like this is how I feel. I feel like someone put me in a jar and shook me and then tossed me out. And I'm kind of just like all over the place trying to figure out how to just sort of like, what's next? Where do I go? How do I just sort of get back into something? And right now I'm not rushing to get into something. I just want to wake up every day and just do what feels right. It has been a very it's been a very hard decision. It's been a very hard first part of 2023. We've had a lot of crazy things happen in our lives personally. My brother-in-law died unexpectedly in February. That had an impact on me as well. He was only 51 years old. That made me really look at my life and going, am I enjoying my life right now? Because, I don't want to, that like, we don't know how much time we have. And I don't want to look back or have something major happen or get, some sort of sickness or anything like that and be like, oh, why didn't I follow my gut? Why did I stick with something that wasn't making me happy? Or why didn't I just didn't want to live with any kind of regrets. And I just wanted to make sure that I was happy. I just want to be happy. And I just want to do what makes me feel good. And, his death had that impact on me. It made me really kind of stop and go, wait a minute, are you enjoying your life? Because you don't know how much time you have. And if you only have so much time, not to be doom and gloom, but if you only have so much time, are you having fun? And it just wasn't feeling that way. And that was part of the reason why I was making some of these big decisions. And so that's what I want to share with you. That is the update. I am just playing it day by day, loving my life, doing the things that feel good, doing the done for you work. My website's been updated, shainarecker.com. It's been updated to reflect the done for you stuff I do now. I've created a portfolio section on there so you can see some of the past work that I've done. If you are looking for done for you services, I am doing the art at shainareckerart.com. That's where I'm doing that part-time. And then I'm doing the salon work and it's a lot of fun and I'm loving it. So my message here today is the only person that you need to satisfy is you. So if you want to make changes in your life, like there was a lot of my ego trying to stop me from making decisions because what would other people think? What are people going to think when I take a part-time job? What are people going to think when I quit this business that I've been building for so long? Those things did play a role in the decisions that I made, but I recognized that they were there to try and, keep, quote unquote, keep me safe because, if people think badly of you, then, oh my gosh, right? But here's the thing. Nobody gives a shit about what you're doing. They're giving a shit about what they're doing, not you, right? So, and to be honest, the response from people when I had said that I was leaving business coaching, so many people understood. So many people reached out and said they felt the same. They were looking for advice. They were just like, the response was just overwhelmingly positive. And again, it just reconfirmed that I knew for me, I was doing the right thing. So, As far as the podcast goes and the YouTube, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do here yet, you guys. I might just keep going and how it's really going and just talk to you about all the things, regardless of what it is. Maybe it might be about my business. Maybe it might be about salon life. Maybe it might be just personal stuff. Who knows? I haven't decided yet, but if you do want to keep the podcast going, I'd love to hear from you. If you love these episodes and just love me talking about whatever is going on in my world, let me know. Send me a message on Instagram at I am Shayna Recker. I'd love to hear from you. I'm going to go because I have a meeting and I got to get off this recording, but thank you guys so much for being here and being a part of this journey with me. I hope that this helps you if you are feeling like you are between two worlds or you want to make a change in your life. Know that it's okay and you get to decide what's right for you, and you don't have to explain it and you don't have to have reasons. You just get to do what feels good and right for you. And when you follow that, I believe when you follow what feels good and right for you in the moment and what feels right, it's leading you to where you're meant to be. It's leading you to something amazing. So anywho, that's my 2 cents. Thank you guys. That's my update. I love you all. We'll see you soon. And let's connect on Instagram. I am Shayna Recker. If you have any questions or you have any comments or anything like that, I'm always there. My DMs are always open. All right, everyone. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.